Our clients that operate here in the United States, many of them are subject to the regulations in the state of California that kick in very soon. So clients that operate in the state of California that generate at least $500 million in revenue will have to put a report on their website about their climate-related risks no later than January 1st of next year. So now is the time for companies to be complying and working to develop those reports.
Joining me today is Jennifer Leitsch, Managing Director, Climate Change and Sustainability Services with EY. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, you were on a panel here, which was a sustainability primer at REITwise. How are your REIT clients approaching the shift in regulatory requirements for sustainability reporting?
Well, Matt, it is quite a volatile space these days, a lot of changes in the regulatory landscape. Our clients that operate here in the United States, many of them are subject to the regulations in the state of California that kick in very soon. So clients that operate in the state of California that generate at least $500 million in revenue will have to put a report on their website about their climate-related risks no later than January 1st of next year. So now is the time for companies to be complying and working to develop those reports. Additionally, companies that do business in California and generate more than $1 billion in revenue have to disclose their greenhouse gas emissions in 2026 on fiscal 25 data. So a lot of REIT clients are really making sure that that information is accurate and complete. Those emissions disclosures do need to be assured by a third-party assurance provider. So that might be different than just putting something on your website voluntarily. So certainly helping clients in that space and really helping them understand what do we really need to do and over what time frames. Certainly our clients that operate in the European Union also have to comply with regulations there. There have been some changes. A new proposal that came out in the EU in late February does potentially decrease the number of companies that have to comply with the European regulations. So changes in scoping, changes in the number of disclosures, and changes in the time frame. So companies that thought they might have to disclose next year actually have a couple of years reprieve, assuming these proposals actually get passed into law as well. So much happening in the regulatory landscape. Those are all the things that are laws right now, but in many states across the U.S., there are bills that have been put through the legislative process that are not finalized yet, but are going through the process. And so it could be similar to what's happening in the state of California. States like New Jersey, New York, Colorado, and Illinois also have bills proposed. And so a lot of activity in this space, and a lot of our REIT clients really just trying to wrap their arms around what makes sense and what should we be doing right now.
And what frameworks are you seeing your REIT clients use to develop sustainability reports?
For these new regulatory requirements, there are frameworks that are required to be used. So for the state of California's climate risk report that we talked about, companies have to use recommendations that were developed by the Task Force on Climate-Related Financial Disclosures, or the TCFD. So companies will have to disclose information about how they govern climate-related risks in terms of their board and management oversight, how those things are woven into corporate strategy, into enterprise risk management processes, and also disclose metrics and targets associated with their greenhouse gas emissions. For those disclosures related to greenhouse gas emissions themselves, there is a methodology called the Greenhouse Gas Protocol. It's been around more than 20 years now. Many companies have been using it on a voluntary basis, but that's the framework that companies will need to use in order to disclose those greenhouse gas emissions.
And lastly, how are accounting firms supporting REITs to integrate sustainability and climate-related risk into their reporting and assurance processes?
So for our audit clients, obviously we are independent of those clients. We don't provide advisory services, but what we do is, of course, help them with assurance of those disclosures. So we can provide assurance of those greenhouse gas emissions or of other sustainability information, an entire sustainability report or any part of it. We've been supporting REIT clients in that space on a voluntary basis for a number of years. And again, with those California requirements, making assurance mandatory for those emissions, we'll certainly be supporting our audit clients in that regard. For our clients that we're not the financial auditor, we can certainly support with a wide range of services. So helping clients do that climate risk assessment, understand what those climate-related risks and opportunities could be to the organization over different time horizons, looking at different scenarios. So that's been a lot of fun helping clients in that space and helping them prepare for that disclosure. Of course, we also help clients with calculating those greenhouse gas emissions, doing the voluntary reporting, and also making sense of the digital systems that they'll need in order to collect and disclose this information in a way that can be audited in the future.